Hi guys, thanks for watching. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about mindset and positive mental attitude, and something what I've been doing in the last few weeks. I've really sort of taken a back step. Some of you may or may not have noticed I've been taking some time off the internet, especially on social media. I obviously haven't uploaded much on YouTube recently, but I've been doing something absolutely essential, and it's been absolutely wonderful. I've been really readjusting, goal setting, really changing my mind about things, and sometimes, when you're listening to the wrong people, perhaps, or when you're going on certain platforms like even Facebook. I mean, to me, Facebook in some cases is like a poison. It really is dangerous in some ways because of the, I could be on Facebook for an hour or 2 hours without realizing it, and all of a sudden I get off Facebook thinking, I'm all stressed out because I've seen so many sort of negative things going on, people bitching about this, that, and the other, people going on about negative things, and situation, how it's not good for whatever. But obviously I'm not new to positive mental attitude books and good books and self-help and mindset books, and I know many of us have read great books. I love books. Robert Kiyosaki books, Retire Young, Retire Rich. I've got a lot of Robert Kiyosaki books: Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and a number of different books. I love this book, The Alchemist. Many of you have heard of this book. It was a bestseller. It was fantastic. And books like Do It Now, motivational books. Do It Now. You Can't Steal Second with Your Foot on First. Great book. And Don't Tie Yourself Up in Knots. Another great book that I read quite some time ago. Natural Brilliance by Paul Sheely. Great book. And 10 Exciting Keys to Success. That's another good book. And so many other books. I mean, also spiritual books as well. I like Neil Donald Walsh, and have really changed my mind about certain things. And it's been great. Obviously, a number of other books. This is just a few of the books that I like. But what we've got here is we've got books and books and books that you can get access to. But obviously this is not a website to replace the need to actually buy some of these books. And you can buy some of these books off Amazon. I've gone through some of the courses and some of the studies. And it's kind of like you're sitting in the same room and you're being, going through a question and answer session, and you really do feel you're being mentored in the right way by the right people. And people might think that you can get all this on YouTube, but you absolutely can't. You get distracted on YouTube because the way YouTube is set up, when you go onto YouTube, you're seeing all the other stuff that they're recommending you, and they get it all wrong because, or maybe you have hobbies and stuff, and you're looking at things that actually have been distracting you. Like movies that you like. Sometimes I see my favorite movies that come up, and I don't want to be seeing movies at the moment. Right now I want to only focus on positive mental attitude videos and guides and courses. So that's what I love about MentorBox, because I don't get anything else being thrown at me. Like typically YouTube kind of recommends me stuff that I might be interested in when I'm actually not thinking about that kind of stuff at the moment. So I just love about going through. It's kind of like you've got so many mentors. And they laid it out in such a way you don't get overwhelmed. You just go straight to the areas that you need help with: motivation, mindset, entrepreneurship, marketing, sales, and you just absolutely absorb yourself in the right in the right stuff. Okay. And they go through, sometimes they got actual case studies, and they got things to check off. You got even sometimes a download like a PDF. But basically what you really get is you get the video rather than just have to read a lot of stuff, and you really feel that you're absorbing so much more than you would normally do if you just had the book. Okay, now obviously we do, they recommend you get the book. That's obviously the point. It's a win-win situation, both for the authors themselves, but also the people who are trying to get the information. So the authors can potentially get their books sold, which is what they're trying to do. But they've actually selected great people to work with, great mentors to work with, people who have actually got backgrounds, people who have actually generated the success themselves, not just writers, not just random writers, but they've really gone out there. So, you really get the right information. I think it's absolutely essential because I've seen some big changes in my life recently. I'm not only talking about positive mental attitude material. I'm also talking about I see myself getting out there, doing exercises. I do stretches in the morning. I'm drinking a lot more water. I'm changing my diet, and this has really changed my whole thought about everything. And as I said, some of the books I have is also more spiritual books. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly I'm not particularly religious so much. I'm more spiritual, and some of the books that I've gone through, such as for example this book here and this particular chapter here, and some of the stuff that I'm going through, they're also talking about some of the stuff you need, in some ways almost spiritual, the way you need to think, the way you need to go, your goal setting, the way how to set out your mindset and everything like that. So it's so much is so related to how you need to really think inside yourself. And there's a difference between getting opinions like you can get on Facebook and other places, and sometimes you can get opinions from people who are uploading random videos on YouTube, versus getting the right mentorship, getting the right people who have achieved, like this person. I mean, I'm not very good at remembering names of authors and stuff like that, so don't quote me on this. And I'm relatively new to this site as well, but this guy, for example, he's half Japanese, half African, I think, but he grew up in England. His father, I think, was British or something. I mean, I'm not, or maybe he was African, but he moved to England or something. I'm not quite sure the background, but this guy has taught billionaires. He's counseled with billionaires. So you're not just and this guy, for example, I haven't been through the whole course with this guy, but he's had some amazing backgrounds. Some of these guys are really quite young, but yet have some amazing successes. I mean, we're talking huge successes. So you're not getting the stuff that you're just getting from random people who are uploading stuff on YouTube, like me. Okay, I'm taking you off someone like me and introducing you to real mentors, people that I personally admire, people who deserve putting up there on a pedestal, and great people who have really achieved. And it really gives you goosebumps when you listen to these. It's like being in the same room as people, and they're being interviewed at the same time, and you feel you're sitting there right there in the interview, and you really start to feel a connection. And that's something I could never get on YouTube. Obviously, you couldn't get it on Facebook because most people on Facebook are just opinionated and this, that, and the other. And I've seen people, like, what business do I join? What income opportunity? Am I, going to add an income stream to my portfolio or whatever? And most people will go and go onto Facebook and start getting people's opinions. What do people think of this company? That is important. What are and people have some check boxes. So they're not so flexible about what to consider, but you need to get out of, you might be thinking outside this industry. You might be thinking, hold on a minute, here are some things that I haven't considered. But one thing you need to consider is you need to get information from the right areas. You need to absorb positive information from the right sources. Okay, I'm not saying that you should completely flash out opinions. Sometimes when getting opinions is useful, but don't get so caught up in what people are saying about stuff. Think about the credibility and of the source of the information that you're getting. Think about who's giving you this advice. And sometimes people ask me what kind of businesses you've been recently joined. What do you recommend? Is any businesses going on? And what I've been saying recently is that I'm not really in the looking zone at the moment. My main focus, guys, right now is to really change my my mindset. Okay, I might recommend a few good things that I'm involved in at the moment in my up and coming videos, or I might suggest a few good things that I suggest. But really, right now, what my main focus is about changing my mind. Okay, really goal setting, going within, and really decide. Is the direction that I'm going in? Am I going in the right direction? I want to take that next step. Even if it's taking. Getting into more health, okay, changing my diet. Am I drinking enough water every day? Am I getting up early enough, feeling refreshed? Am I doing my stretches every morning, just to feel really good? And my day, I feel really alive. Okay, I don't feel tired anymore. I don't feel stressed out anymore, and I can hear my inner voice, where I would normally probably be negative about stuff and bitching about stuff, where I actually hear myself saying really positive things and really motivated. You know how you feel when you almost get goosebumps and you think, blimey, I'm really fired up. I know where I'm going. I'm willing to take that next step, even if it's something so small. And I would advise that. I would wholly advise just taking small baby steps, because simply taking small baby steps can give you that belief enough. When if you're saying to yourself, like, I want to be able to make $4,000 by this time next week, it's probably not going to happen, because you've got to be realistic. But if you're taking, especially when you don't have perhaps the experience about manifesting your dreams so fast, but if you set yourself small goals, bite-sized pieces that you could actually achieve, like by next week, okay, even if it's just a habit, okay, or changing a habit, okay, that's going to be more realistic. And once you start to achieve goals and reward yourself with the goals that you've achieved because they're small enough to be able to achieve them, then you can work on your bigger goals. All right, but you also need to have long-term goals, but short-term goals are very important, just to show yourself, to prove to yourself that you can achieve goals no matter how small they are. It doesn't matter. So I think at the end of the day, if you want one thing that can change something today, one habit, just to alter one habit, whatever it is, if I can suggest to register with Mentor Box, I don't have an affiliate link. I'm not going to make money. Whether you do or whether you don't, it's totally up to you. So I'm not going to get a commission if you join this website. I'm just purely recommending it because it's really starting to give me some great, feelings, some great things. Now also my ideas and my thoughts are changing, my habits are changing, and that's very important. It's not about pushing yourself to do stuff that you feel is unnatural. What you really need to do is to change habits, okay? And then by changing small habits, maybe even just personal habits, maybe just health habits, that might be essential to your next step, to your journey. Okay, because now when I feel I've started to drink a lot more water every day, I'm just absolutely soaking myself. It's just drinking gallons of water, and also changing what I eat. I'm eating more natural yogurt now. For breakfast, for example, I'm eating a lot more fruit and veg, and I feel energized. Okay, and that small change that I've achieved has given me so much motivation because I can do that. I can make that change. Wow, and the energy I have, I feel that when I walk upstairs, I don't feel out of breath, or because sometimes when you're working from home, it's embarrassing. It's crazy. I was so really unhealthy. I could feel myself getting out of breath when I walk upstairs, but now I feel very, very energized. And I feel a lot of energy flowing through me, and that helps my whole mind. And I can now set goals a lot easier. I can think positive, and I think this. I don't 100% put it down to all this because I'm also doing other stuff as well, diet and stuff like that, and I'm also I'm going into more spiritual things because I think that's important. I'm doing meditation because I really want to get answers off myself. Generally I've been quite sort of intuitive on the whole over the years, and I've been able to listen to what I've been able to how I've been able to get answers, and it's been very useful. But recently I've just been shutting out a lot of intuitions, and I have just sort of thought, okay, it doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to listen to those things. But actually, I've been able to get some great answers, and one of the reasons why I came to this website is because of an intuition. Because simply I felt I needed it. I needed to reset my mind. I needed to adjust. I needed to take a bird's eye view of my life and think, okay, here are some small steps I need to change in order to get the big goals achieved, you know, and it's been great, and I love this website. I really do like this website. So, you know, this is what I wanted to say today. I wanted to keep this video about 10 minutes long, so didn't want to waste too much of your time. But I do highly recommend this great website, MentorBox. It's really helping me a lot. You know, I'm relatively new, but I've already covered some great material, and I'm getting a lot of great advice, you know, from these mentors. So I really highly recommend it. Also helps me to know which books to order, okay? Because you know, this website is not a place to replace the need to actually buy books. Books are essential, but you can go through the books, but also use this website at the same time to really go through the interviews, go through the steps, go through the checks. And you really feel that you're absorbing the information a lot, you're recalling, you're retaining the information a lot better, which is very, very important. Okay, there's no use to read a book from cover to cover and not really, you know, retain anything, you know, and know what you actually read. So I highly recommend this website. It's very, very affordable and, in my opinion, essential. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.